Welcome back to the Two Guys in the Outdoors show. In this show, we will talk about insects you should be aware of while in the Virginia outdoors during the warm weather months. Please subscribe, leave a comment, share with a friend, and like our show.
Hello, everyone. It's Bob here from Two Guys in the Outdoors. I wanted to talk to you about these pests that we have to deal with when we're out in the spring woods here in Virginia. And the first one I want to talk about is about ticks. Before I get into that, though, I will tell you what I did in the outdoors, or at least getting ready. My time at this time of the year is all about practicing. So last week you seen me with the video on practicing to do my saddle. I'm still working with that. I'm also trying to increase my accuracy with my bow. Um, so, and then I'm also doing a little bit of target practicing, not necessarily for hunting, but for just shooting a pistol. Okay, so that's what I did this past week. So hopefully you guys are getting out in the woods. I know it's been kind of cold the last few days, but hopefully you're getting outside, getting outdoors, and just enjoying the nature that we have here in Virginia. But today I wanted to talk to you about ticks. So ticks are out. You're out in the woods, out in the fields. Be prepared, and that's what I want to help you with, especially you guys. You know, that's getting into hunting, or even if it's just hiking or fishing or whatever. We need to be aware of this. Okay, so here in Virginia, there's actually four kinds of ticks that you can actually let's say at least three that you can actually get a disease from. I think, well, maybe four. So you got this alpha gal tick, which it actually it scares me. Makes you allergic to red meat. Okay, you have that one, and then the American dog tick, which and the Lone Star tick, which could possibly have Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and then you got the deer tick that has you could pick up Lyme disease. So it's very important. Now another tick out there called the brown tick. They typically don't carry any disease, okay, but you know, nothing that's on you that's sucking your blood like a mosquito or whatever, is very good. So the better we can live around them and be prepared for them and keep them off of you, the better off we are. And I'm going to go over some stuff that I use, but some things that you can kind of watch out for. Uh, Dress and clothing. Try to wear long sleeve shirts. Okay. I know in the summertime it may be too hot, but try to get at least a thin long sleeve shirt, and wear it out in the woods. That way you can treat your clothing and they're not getting right onto your skin. Okay. Your shoes or your pants, you know, let's go back to the shirt. Keep the shirt tucked into your pants. Okay. That way they can't crawl it underneath your shirt and all that stuff. Keep them tucked into your pants, and then tuck your pants into your boots. Okay. And so now you're kind of all sealed up, and they can't really get into the majority of your body. Okay. Because the way a tick gets on you, they don't fly onto you, or they don't try to get on the ground, crawl up. But what they'll try to do, they'll get into brush, tall weeds, high grasses, tall grasses, dense vegetation, that type of stuff, and they get to the highest point on there, and then they wait for you to walk by, and as you walk by and bump into it or brush into it, they just kind of get onto you. Okay, they cling to you. Okay, so if you can keep them to the outer part of your clothing, um, it's better, right? So, try to avoid it. If you can avoid going through big brush piles or big tall grasses, try to do that. But when we're hunting, sometimes the only way we can is right through it. So just be prepared to work around it. Okay. But if you treat your clothing, treat your body, um, there's a lot of good product out there that you can use. Something I use for clothing is this here. Now, I use it. I'm not endorsing it. I don't endorse any of this stuff. I use it because I like it. Um, but I use this here because it's got like 90, or no, it's got a good chunk of permethrin. And permethrin, when ticks get onto that, it actually kills them. Okay. Um, and this stuff you would only use on your clothing, your gear, or not on you personally. Okay. And what I like about this stuff is you can usually get, maybe a month worth of wearing the clothes, washing it a few times and that um on one treating. So I usually treat my clothes and then wash them, and then let's say every 3 or 4 washings I might coat them again. They say in the instructions that it could last up to 42 days, that you should retreat. Okay, so it lasts long and it lasts through washings. Okay, that's why I like it. And the other big piece is permethrin. Okay, another one I like is this one. That had 98, or no, 0.5% permethrin, and that works pretty good. Um, the other one is for when you get into for your body. Okay, now you don't want to put permethrin on your skin. Okay, that's strictly for clothing. You spray it on. Like I just treated some clothing for an outing that I'm going on this weekend, and I sprayed it, let it sit there and dry, and then they're good to go. My pants, my shirts, all my external clothing. Okay. And then for the body, I was using this here, Benz. It says it's good for 10 hours, up to 10 hours of protection. It's good for mosquitoes and ticks. Okay, but this one's got like almost 100% DEET. Okay, and they say uh, you should have at least 30%. Okay, so a good tick repellent would be, they say, is 30%. Now I have some stuff here that's not 30%, but and I haven't tried it yet. It was just given to me. But this one here has got like 90, right off the, I think it's 98% DEET, and they say it'll last for 10 hours. So I usually throw this in my pack, and take it out with me. Another one I'm going to try this year. I haven't never tried this before, and it's kind of new type of uh, ingredient, and it's called. Let's see, I have to read it. Picardian, and it's got about 15% of that. They say it's just as good as uh, uh, what am I saying? Oh, just as good as DEET. Okay, but it's different, and it's actually, they say it's been around for a while, and it's just as efficient and comparable to DEET. Okay, so I'm going to give it a try. All right, it's no odor, so doesn't hurt to try. Unscented, so that's one I'm going to try this year. Maybe later on, since I've already No, I'm going to take that with me probably this weekend. Another one I'm sure everybody's seen, and that's just off. Okay, deep woods off. Okay, this stuff is I haven't even opened it yet, but this one here is just a wipe. So if you're noticed, I'm showing you a couple different things. Now this has got 25% deep. Okay, so it's close. Okay, but you can throw this in your pack. So this is just a wipe, and this one you can use on your body. Okay, but it's primarily for it's for mosquitoes, ticks, and biting flies, gnats, chiggers. Okay, so all the bad stuff that you don't want to get you. Okay, which these other ones are good for that too. And I forgot to mention that mosquitoes, chiggers. Okay, them little boogers. I can't stand them. Okay, um, so that's the stuff. So I got a wipe, a spray, and then just this is more. This is like an aerosol spray. This is more of a liquid spray. Okay, and then this one here is also a liquid spray. Okay, and the ones for your bodies they're all good for mosquitoes too. Mosquitoes and chiggers. Another thing for mosquitoes, which I didn't have it yet. I already packed it up. And that's one of these thermocells. Okay. So these are nice. You can just carry it on your body, your backpack, your waist bag, your belt, whatever. And you just turn it on, press the button, and it's got a little fuel. There's a fuel piece down here at the bottom. Okay. So it's burning that fuel, and then it's got this piece that puts the vapors out to get rid of mosquitoes. Okay. So it creates like a if I'm remembering right, about a 10-foot circle around you, roughly speaking, and just keeps it away. Kind of like I guess, kind of like a citronella candle, if you're on your back porch. So a couple things. So that's to try to deter it. Okay. But what happens if you do get that tick on you? Okay. You want to try, the best thing is to use a tweezer, and you don't want to squeeze. Okay. You want to try to gently hold that tick and then pull it straight out. Okay. You want to try to make sure you don't twist it or turn it or scrape it with a knife, or you don't want to do any of that stuff, because then you might leave, some of the mouth parts on your skin. Okay. Another way, I've never tried this. Just reading it here, I happened to see it when I was looking at some information. They say you can wrap the tick in a tissue paper and pull it out with your fingers. Okay. Now, I've tried pulling them out with my fingers. I know when I was a kid, my mom was able to do it with her fingernails, but they were like tweezers. But my best thing is to use tweezers. Okay. Um, don't use nail polish, petroleum jelly, and I'm reading this, uh, alcohol, hot matches to remove a tick. After you've got it out, after you pulled it off, wash it real good with some antiseptic, and then kill the tick. Okay. Uh, they say use rubbing alcohol. Keep it in a small vial. Okay. So watch yourself as you're going out into our Virginia woods here, or actually any place. You're out and about in the nature. You always have the ticks, the mosquitoes, and the spiders and all that stuff. So just be careful. Showed you a little bit there to try to keep you safe. And then, when you're done, when you're back to the car, when you're back to your vehicle, after your hike or fish or hunt or scout, whatever you're doing out in the outdoors, give yourself a good check. If you're able to pull your shirt off, check what it is, see if there's anything on it. Just check your body pretty good to make sure you don't have any ticks. Chiggers, you'll find them out a little bit later. They do have some good remedies for chiggers. Um, Chigger is the one that I use. But basically, all you're doing is putting it like a coating. It's almost like a nail polish. I don't know if that's it. Okay, but it just seals the top of it. So, and it seems to work real good. That was Chigger X. So, but yeah, the mosquitoes, you know what to do with that. Probably they're pretty. But just be careful with ticks. Ticks and mosquitoes can actually carry quite a bit of disease. Okay. So don't be afraid of this stuff. There's a lot of protection out there, and as long as you're careful, you should be okay. But don't let this be a deterrent. Get out there into the outdoors and try to hunt, fish, scout. Now's a good time. Maybe go out there and look for some sheds, do some scouting for deer hunting, or it's still spring gobbler season right now. I think it's open to all day. Um, Squirrel season is going to be coming up here. Spring season is going to be coming up here in the first part of June. I believe it's June 3rd. Always here in Virginia, especially trout fishing, bass fishing. So get out in the outdoors and try to find something you can have fun with. All right. Okay. Talk to you later.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Leave a comment. Share with a friend. And like our show.